Hi, it's Phil.
Thanks, Jeremy.
So today we're going to talk. We're starting a series on problems that happen in children's feet. So obviously it's school holidays now, and we're running a special clinic. So there's a link actually at the bottom of this video on how you can come and see us and get your foot checked if you're a student or a school teacher. But we want to talk now about the common foot problems we see in children. So we're going to start today with a condition called Sever's disease. So I just want you all to have a look at this picture that's behind here. You can see here, this doesn't look right. Anyone could look at that and think, something's not going right there. So that's actually the growth plate, the secondary growth plate in the heel bone or the calcaneus. And Sever's disease is a condition where there is pain in that growth plate and around that growth plate because the growth plate isn't able to actually fuse and grow and consolidate with the rest of the heel bone. So that's what the condition is. Now, Jeremy, do you want to explain a little bit as to why it happens?
Yeah, so as kids, they all have this growth plate here. Some kids, of course, they don't present with the pain. It might be due to, some kids are more active than the others. Sports which involve, well, pretty much a lot of everyday activity, jumping, running and all that, using the Achilles, which is just pulling on, what's all going on here. So, a bit too much can sort of stir up that pain.
Yeah. Often, parents will bring their children thinking that their child has actually broken a bone or cracked the heel bone. And in a sense, they're sort of right, because the pain that you feel because of Sever's is very similar to breaking a bone, because it's actually cracking apart where the two growth areas are trying to fuse together. So yeah, it feels like a broken heel. So Jeremy, is there a specific age group that you generally see this condition in?
Typically over 8 to up to like maybe 15.
Yeah. It's we always expect, if even over the phone, if someone says my child has heel pain, they're between 8 and 12, it's almost always Sever's disease, but it needs to be ruled out because there are other conditions that can cause pain either under the heel or behind the heel. So so when it comes to fixing it, a lot of people will they'll use Dr. Google and try certain treatments to fix it. But I know, well, Jeremy and I will talk about more comprehensively about that. I know for us, generally what we see is Sever's disease that won't go away is generally due to a foot that is behaving in a way that is putting excessive strain on that growth plate. So the foot, if the foot is pronating too much, so pronating means collapsing down and inwards. So you can see the difference between the heel and the ball of the foot. If the foot pronates too much, it's going to excessively tug on the growth plate a lot. So we really want to control that pronation, which would often involve some sort of insert or orthotic into the shoe, which would be either over the counter, like a heat moldable prefab one, or if it's a really active child or a bigger child that needs more support, we'd make a more customized device. So that's something we usually have involved. But Jeremy, there's other things that we do as well.
Yeah, so orthotics, depending, if it's too painful, then you've got to kind of offload all that sort of stress. And then when, it's nice and calm, you've got to, get back the strength in the Achilles. That can be done through exercises, stretches, and of course, good footwear to support them in their daily activities and sport.
Yeah. Often patients will come in, parents will bring their children and say, we saw the doctor said it would get better in time, in about 12 months. Now for us, when we see Sever's, we think, no, we can get you back to normal within 4 to 6 weeks. So get the pain level right down to normal again. So if you do have Sever's, or if you have heel pain at all in a child around that age, you don't need to suffer with it, and you don't need to quit all your sports. You don't need to do all those things. We can help to get you back doing what you want to do without any foot pain. Hopefully that's helpful. I'll also include a link to our website where we have more details on Sever's disease. Hopefully you found that useful. And enjoy your school holidays, kids. And if you have sore feet, make sure you come and see us. Okay, bye.
See you.